जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। Hare Krishna, dear devotees. So today is Thursday. It is 20th of March. It is Chaitra Masa or Vishnu Masa, Krishna Paksham, Sashti Tithi. So there are no Vaishnavins today. So we shall quickly move into our daily Srimad Bhagavatam. And today, as part of Shri Radha Madhava in the dress of bumblebees, so beautiful honeybees is a very beautiful dresses. So Lord always appear in different kinds of species. Another day butterfly dress, and today it is the honeybees dress. Lord appears in the Devatiryak Naradeshu in some such a way. Okay, so beautiful. Okay, so apart from that, we shall quickly move into our daily Srimad Bhagavatam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, so Vidura inquiring from Uddhava, so about different personalities in the Yadu family. So he inquired Krishna, Vasudeva, and then Pradyumna, and then Ugrasena, Sambha, and then Satyaki. So these names are very, very important. These are for the personal reflections as well. So it needs to be go inside the heart how these names will be meaningful to us. Of course, the outside is happening the story, the past times, but it is internal reflection as well. So yesterday he was asking about the Satyaki, who is the always accompanying Krishna all the time. He is also a friend of Uddhava as well. So whenever Krishna was going from Hastinapura to Dwaraka, so one side Uddhava, one side Satyaki, they are just doing the chamra, the white whisks as well. And then Arjuna was holding the umbrella. So at that time, everyone was just sprinkling flowers on Krishna. It is so beautiful to look at it. We see it through the sound vibrations. सिताधपत्रं जग्राह मुक्ताधाम विभूषितं रत्नदण्डं गुडाकेशः प्रियः प्रीतमस्यः उद्धवः सात्विकश्चैवे व्यजने परमाद्भुते विकीर्यमानः कुसुमैः रेजे मधुपतिः पते. So one side Satyaki and Uddhava, they are doing the chamara, and Arjuna is holding the Ratnadhandam. And then Krishna was sitting and everyone was sprinkling the flowers. It is looking so beautiful. So now Vidura is asking Uddhava now. So but there, other side, all the Yadu dynasty is now disappeared. Whether Satyaki is doing well. So Kshemam Sakaschid Yudhanaste Yah Palguna Labdha Danu Rahasyah Lebe Anjasa Adhokshaja Sevayaiva Gatim Tadiyam Yatibihi Durapam. Satyaki has achieved such a elevated position. He is always accompanying Krishna. He has learned all the skills from Arjuna. Arjuna is the one who was fighting in the Kurukshetra battle. Satyaki is the one, if you understand the names, Satyaki, it is the Satya, truthfulness, all the time truthfulness. Arjuna, who is fighting in the battle. And who is fighting in the battle? So just if you reflect, personal reflections, and Vidura, the higher intelligence, and Ugrasena, who is carrying out all the activities as a king. So just personal reflections has to go internally, what is happening. And these are all Krishna's associates. And today further, Vidura is inquiring about the Akrura, who is he is no cruel, he is Akrura. Whether Akrura is the son of the Swapalka, so whether he is doing well, so Vidura is inquiring from Uddhava. Whether Akrura, once upon a time when Akrura went to Vrindavana, so at the time by looking the Krishna's footprints on the path, he was completely um, uh, he was completely like achestataha, just he was stunned by looking at with so much of ecstatic love. So in such a way, Vidra is saying to Uddhava whether that Akrura is doing well, like that. We are in the Srimad Bhagavatam, third canto, chapter 1, verse number 32. कश्चिद् बुधः स्वस्ति अनमीव आस्ते स्वपल्कपुत्रो भगवत्प्रपन्नः यः कृष्णपादाङ्कितमार्गपांसुषु अचेष्टत प्रेम विभिन्नधैर्यः कश्चिद् बुधः स्वस्ति अनमीव आस्ते कश्चिद् बुधः. So that very learned Kashid is whether that who is that person? Buddha, his qualities are being mentioned. Very learned, Swasti, Swasti Anamiva Aste, who is the faultless personality. So faultless. So there are no faults exist in that personality. Who is that? Swapalka Putro. He is the son of Swapalka. That is Akrura. And Bhagavad Prapannaha, who is always surrendered unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Bhagavad Prapannaha. Kaschid Buddha Swasti Anamiva Aste Swapalka Bhagavad Prapannaha. Whether Akrura is doing very well, Kaschid Aste, whether he is doing well, and Yah Krishna Padankita Marga Pamsusu, and that Akrura, once upon a time, yeah, that personality, that Akrura, Krishna Padankita, so the footprints of Krishna, Marga Pamsusu, in the path, in the path where there is a dust. So he has looked at the footprints of Krishna and that dust of the in the dust. At that time, what has happened? Achestita prema vibhinna dhairyaha. Achestita is rolled about on that dust. Akurara, when he was sent by Kamsa to bring Krishna and Balarama to Madura for the Dhanuryaga. So at that time, Kamsa sends Akurara, but Akurara, he carried out that duty. And also in the heart, he also offered, he thought that Kamsa is doing favor to me, sending me to Krishna. So when he was going to Vrindavana at that time, it was the evening time. So and the fact there is so much of dust, and by remembering Krishna, this path Krishna is always walking to the taking the cows to the Govardhana for the grazing. So and then he got down from his chariot and he walked on the path. By looking at the footprints of Krishna, he rolled on the path in that dust. Achestata prema vinibhinna prema vibhinna dhairyaha, and with lost in transcendental love, dhairyaha, and also he lost mental equilibrium as well. So in such a way, that is the ecstatic path. Who is going? Akrura. And who is looking? What is looking? He is the footprints of Krishna. So in our what is our personal reflection? When we are completely no more cruel, always following the truthfulness and always accompanying Krishna in our life. So we need to keep that is Krishna is centered in our life. If we keep Krishna in the center, always follow the regulative principle. In this age of Kali, especially, truthfulness is the only one. That is, Dharma is standing on only one leg, truthfulness. Okay, so here in the other side, here, how Akrura is feeling his ecstatic love by looking the footprints of Krishna. कश्चिद्बुधः स्वस्ति अनमीवास्ते स्वपल्कपुत्रो भगवत्प्रपन्नः यः कृष्णपादाङ्कितमार्गपांसुः अचेष्टितप्रेम विभिन्नधैर्यः. So translation for this verse. Please tell me whether Akrura, the son of Swapalka, is doing well. He is a faultless soul, surrendered unto the personality of Godhead. He once lost his mental equilibrium due to his ecstasy of transcendental love and fell down on the dust of a road which was marked with the footprints of Lord Krishna. Purport by Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Okay, can I request Hangma Mataji to read the purport, please?
Hare Krishna. When Akrura came to Vrindavana in search of Krishna, he saw the footprints of the Lord on the dust of Nandagrama and at once fell on them in ecstasy of transcendental love. This ecstasy is possible for a devotee who is fully absorbed in incessant thoughts of Krishna. Such a pure devotee of the Lord is naturally faultless because he is always associated with the supremely pure personality of Godhead. Constant thought of the Lord is the antiseptic method for keeping oneself free from the infectious contamination of the material qualities. The pure devotee of the Lord is always in company with the Lord by thinking of Him. Yet, in the particular context of time and place, the transcendental emotions take a different turn, and this breaks the mental equilibrium of the devotee. Lord Chaitanya displayed the typical example of transcendental ecstasy, as we can understand from the life of this incarnation of God. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai. Thank you, Mataji. So here, again, this is Akrura's the transcendental love, ecstasy of transcendental love. And where he is going? To the Nandagrama, where all people are happy, where Krishna is centered. So he saw the footprints of Lord on the dust of Nandagrama. Okay, so this ecstasy is possible for a devotee who is fully absorbed in the incessant thoughts of Krishna. This is very beautifully it is explained uh, in the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He was showing all his symptoms and singing and dancing. At that time, everyone are asking like why you are doing all these things. And later on, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to his spiritual master and saying that, oh my spiritual master, so what have you given? What mantra you have given? I'm always singing and dancing. I'm feeling I'm forgetting myself, dancing like a madman. Then Ishwar Puri shows one of the verse to um, uh, to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that whoever is uh, Yannaman Supriya Namakirtya, this is again, it is, I don't recall that verse. One, he will always sing and dance, but forgetting the entire world outside. So likewise, he sings and dances. So that one, Ishwar Prasad, then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he was so ecstatic even at that moment as well. Okay, so that is such a pure devotee of Lord is naturally faultless because he is always associated with the supremely pure personality of Godhead. He does not have any contaminations. And it is constant thought of Lord is antiseptic method for keeping oneself free from the infectious contamination of the material qualities. That is, we also have got in our life what is good, what is not good. It is personal opinions, but that is not sufficient because we think that it may be good, but that is not good because it is material goodness. It is always having some mixed of the passion and ignorance as well in it. we are we do not have the complete transcendental goodness. It is manifested in the Krishna's devotees only. Whenever we are completely surrendered, then only this pure goodness vishuddha sattvam vishuddham vasudeva siddhitam yadite tatra vipuman apavritah sattve च तस्मिन् भगवान वासुदेवो हितोक्षजो मे नमसा विधीयते. So one has to offer his obeisances unto that Supreme Lord Vasudeva, and who is the Sattvam Vishuddham Vasudeva Siddhitam Yatapam Prakritihi Paraha. So this is again, what is this? Is pure consciousness, Vasudeva Siddhitam. Avikarattam Santa. This is Yattat Sattvam Santatvam Avikaratvam, and it is mentioned comparing like Yatapam Prakritihi Para. when the rain is falling, before it touches the ground, it is pure, distilled water. As soon as it touches the ground, there is a contamination. Though sometimes it is water is also appears to be pure on the earth, but still it has got some contamination. But before touching that, it is pure consciousness. That is the Vishuddha Sattva Guna. So the pure devotee of the Lord is always in company with the Lord by thinking of Him, and he never forgets. So knowing that He is the only shelter. Tasyapavargya saranam tava padamulam vismarite krutavida katamartha bandho. Then one of the Dhruv Maharaj prayers, he says, Twadhattaya vayunayedam achasta vishwam supta prabuddhaiva nada bhavat prapannaham. Supta prabuddha iva nada bhavat prapannaha tasyapavargyam saranam tava padamulam vismarite krutavida katamatta bandhu. How can any any person will forget about you at any moment? You are the shelter for everyone, even for Brahma. As soon as he wakes up, all the knowledge is revealed in him because he remembers you by his meditation, by his personal endeavors. सुप्तप्रबुद्धैव नाद भवत्प्रपन्नः तस्यापवर्ग्य शरणं तव पादमूलं विस्मरिते कृतविदा कथमात्तबन्धो. How can anyone will forget you? This is the position of a devotee. यत्कीर्तनं यस्मरणं यदीक्षणं यद्बन्धनं यश्रवणं यदर्हणं लोकस्य सद्यो विघ्नोषि कल्मषं तस्मै सुब्धरश्रेवसे नमो नमः. Always remembering, singing and looking at the Lord in different ways. In such a way, one will be purified from the material contaminations and always in company with the Lord by thinking of Him. Just by remembering His Krishna's name itself, one is always pure. But what to speak of the people always engaging in the devotional service without any further materialistic activities. Okay, so that is another reflection. Okay, yet in the particular context of time and place, the transcendental emotions take a different turn, and this breaks the mental equilibrium of the devotee. So sometimes one devotee is dancing, and sometimes he is crying. Sometimes the hair is standing just by hearing Krishna Katha. Everyone knows, but moods are changing by the different time and place. Okay, and the Lord Chaitanya displayed the typical example of transcendental ecstasy, as we can understand from the life of this incarnation of God. Okay, so this is Evam Supriya Namakirtya, Evam Supriya Namakirtya, Jadanurago, Dhruta Chitta Uchaihi, Dhruta Chitta Uchaihi. In his heart, always this love is flowing. एवं सुप्रिय नाम कीर्त्य जातानुरागो धृतचित्त उच्चैः हसति अतो रोदिति रौति उन्मादवत् नृत्यति लोकबाह्यः. Unmadhavat, it's like a madman. Lokabhashiha, just forgetting about this entire world. This is Evam Supriya Nama Kirtya, just by remembering the names of the Lord. Jata Anuraga, Jata Anuraga, the love, it sprouts in the heart. Drita Chitta Uchchaihi, in his heart. Hasati ato, hasati ato, roditi, rauti, unmadavat. These are the laughing and crying, unmadavat, like a madman. So these are symptoms of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu when he was exhibiting that love of Godhead, transcendental ecstasy. Okay, so then likewise Prabhupada is describing here that Vidura, Akrura was going through all these symptoms when he was walking on the path. And he fell down on the dust of the road, which was marked with the footprints of Lord Krishna. Vidura is inquiring, how is that Akrura now? Kachit buddha swasti anamivaste swapalka putro bhavat prapannah yah Krishna padankita marga pamsusu acheshita prema vibhinna dhairyaha. And this Akrura, once he was also participate in the conspiracy of the Samantaka jewel. So there, once upon a time, the Satrajit, who is the father of Satyabhama, and Satyajit is the father-in-law to Krishna before the marriage of Satyabhama to Krishna. So Satyajit had got a Samantaka jewel. Krishna once he asked him just to give it to Ugrasevan, but he did not. But later on, he was giving that words of that I will give my daughter to Satadhanva. There is another personality. Satadhanva, Kritavarma, Akurura. These three are good friends. But Satadhanva, he was close to Satyajit, and then he said that I will give Satyabhama to you in marriage. But later on, um, uh, due to that his brother, there is again Prasena, who has taken Samantika jewel to the forest, and then lion killed him, and that Samantika jewel again. Jambavan killed him and then killed that lion, and then he kept that one. Later on, Krishna took that jewel to Satyajit, but meanwhile, as Satyajit has put some words on Krishna that he might have taken it, but after that he realized that he made a mistake, and then he gives Satyabhama to Krishna, and later on, because Satadhanva, he received that word that from that Satyabhama is going to marry him, but it is not happened. Now he wanted to take revenge, so he killed him, and also on that part uh, even Akurora and also Kurtamarwan also they participated a little bit because they did not like Satrajit when he was putting those comments on Krishna. But somewhere other, so there, but though he did not participate Akurora, but later on, Satyadanva, he was killed by Krishna. So meanwhile, he has given Samantaka jewel to Akurora, and Akurora once he took out of the took and he went out of the Dwaraka to some Kasi. There he was doing all kinds of charities, whatever the goal was coming from the Samantaka jewel. Later on, Krishna sent a messenger that please bring Akurura back to Dwaraka. And then he brings along with that Samantaka jewel, and then Krishna spoke to Akurura that Akurura, I know that you have got Samantaka jewel, but uh, please give it to me once. I will give it back to you. I will show it to all family members that everyone will be pacified, and then I will give it back to you. And then he did that one. So in such a way, Akurura he has participated, and also Krishna has sent um, in the beginning of the Madras pastimes. Krishna has sent Akurura to Hastinapura to Dhritarashtra to look after the Pandavas and Kauravas equally because Pandavas are they are fatherless. So Akurura was giving instructions to Dhritarashtra as well. But Dhritarashtra, after hearing all good instructions, he says that Akurura, whatever you are saying, it is true. But I am in a position that I cannot take those good things due to my position. And then he simply, openly, he says that one. That is unfortunate of Dhritarashtra. So again, understand that Dhritarashtra is the person who is unlawfully wanted to get everything for himself to sit on the throne and for his children to rule further and take the kingdom unlawfully. That is Dhritarashtra. Hakurura is the cruelest. Just look at the names and how the reflections would go. In our heart, we should not have unlawful desires. And we always take going in a very peaceful way. And whatever Krishna gives, Swadharmacharanam Satya Vidharmacha Nivartanam. Daivalabdhena Santosha Atmavit Charanachanam. All the time one has to take whatever is give Lord has arranged in our path. We take it and keep it going forward. Keep only Krishna in the center. Okay, this is Akurura's part in the Mahabharata and Krishna's pastimes. It is very wonderful. Here, Vidra is encountering Vidra again. Who is that? Higher intelligence. There is again Vidraniti as well. We always speak about it. So these are internal reflections one has to go through, but outside, it is a pastime, itihasa. Okay, this is from Srimad Bhagavatam. कश्चित् बुधः स्वस्ति अनिमेवास्ते स्वपल्कपुत्रो भगवत्प्रपन्नः यः कृष्णपादाङ्कितमार्गपांसु अचेष्टितः प्रेम विभिन्नधैर्यः. Okay, that is from Srimad Bhagavatam. Shall move to Srila Prabhupada's daily letter. Okay, so today it is letter to Macmillan Company, July 18th, 1970, Los Angeles. Okay, so can I request any another unallocated devotee to read this small letter? Okay, I shall read it. Okay, so gentlemen, regarding my book, the Bhagavad Gita as it is, I beg to inform you that when I had originally submitted the manuscript to Mr. James Wade, he informed me that it had to be considerably shortened due to production requirements. Since the publication of the book in 1968, which I understand is now in its third printing, I decided to publish the Gita according to original manuscript. In this expanded version, each verse is authoritatively presented with the Devanagari script, Roman transliteration, English synonyms, translation and elaborate purport, and would be a 800 to 900 page book. Many verses in the present shortened volume, especially in the final chapters, lack any purport, and so I am not quite satisfied with the book. I have received many requests from interested readers asking for an expanded and more complete version. And so I am confident that the original manuscript will make a more successful book. Please inform me whether Macmillan wants to publish this expanded version of the Gita. I look forward to receiving your early reply. Yours sincerely, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Okay, so this is about the book, Bhagavad Gita book, how it was printed initially, and later on how it has printed with full volume. Okay, dear devotees, would you like to share any of reflections in this one? Okay, so initially this book was like a 400-page book. Later on, again, as many people, many readers were interested to read more, and at that time, uh, Prabhupada shortened it to 400 pages, but Prabhupada was not liking that idea. And so, and then now full volume is with 800 to 900 pages book. Again, it was with completely Roman transliteration, English synonyms, translation, and elaborate purport. We always see and we clearly understands what Krishna is saying in the Bhagavad Gita. Okay, that is why how we are progressing in our spiritual life, reading Bhagavad Gita. Okay, so this is the original manuscript. Whatever we are reading in the Veda base or in the books, hard printed books, this is now the original manuscript. It's a more successful book. Okay, so Prabhupada is inquiring whether they happy to print this book, expanded version, like that. Okay, that is from this letter. And from the announcements point of view, so today evening we have got a Krishna book reading at 8 p.m. Okay, that is our upcoming event. And dear devotees, if you have got any other updates or you wanted to share anything on Krishna consciousness, kindly share. And also on top, this evening, this weekend, we have got Chaitanya Charitamrita by Krishna Keshav Prabhuji. Okay, that is another update. If you, dear devotees, if you have got any other updates or you wanted to share anything on Krishna consciousness, kindly share. And also, I request all the devotees pray for the devotees who are suffering through material uh, disturbances, tapatriyas. But all the tapatriyas can be reduced by just remembering Krishna, Krishna Katha, singing Krishna's kirtans. But also, from devotees' perspective, we also pray for all the souls so that they will be always uh, uh, they execute the Krishna consciousness activities without any disturbances. Okay. Many devotees are affected with that one, so but still we pray for everyone somewhere or other. Okay, so any other comments? Okay, if there are no further updates, then we shall conclude and continue with further japa. वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। अनुग्रह वैष्णववृंद की जय, शिल प्रभुपाद की जय। हरे कृष्ण एवरीवन। हरे कृष्ण। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु